Benvenuti a Mettici la faccia. Sono Chiara e in questa puntata avremo in collaborazione con Cristiani per Israele Italia un ospite speciale direttamente da Israele, Hananya Naftali. Sigla. Hananya Naftali, è un piacere averti con noi per la prima volta in Italia direttamente da Israele. Hananya Naftali, it's a pleasure to have you here in Italy for the first time directly from Israel.
Thank you.
Ok, Hananya Naftali è un giovane ragazzo, un influencer israeliano che sta lavorando da anni per combattere l'antisemitismo utilizzando i social media. Hananya Naftali, you are a young Israeli influencer that have been working for years with social media combating antisemitism. Puoi parlarci un po' della tua storia? Come hai iniziato questa attività? Can you explain to us more about your history, and how you started to doing that?
Wow. I think that Jews and Italians, they have this awesome history together in a way, because Jews have such a deep connection to Israel, and also Italians have such a deep connection to Italy. And basically what's happening today is that Jews have finally returned home to their ancestral homeland, Israel. And it's so amazing to be able to come from Israel to Italy and to build this strong alliance between Italians and Israelis, the Judeo-Christian alliance. And I'm very proud to be able to come here to Verona, to the north of Italy, and to be able to really make friends so that together we fight against blind hate and we stand for the Christian values, which are also Israel values. And yeah, so I'm really having fun here.
How you started your job as a young Israeli influencer? Come hai iniziato a lavorare come giovane influencer?
I served in the Israeli army, and we fought inside the Gaza Strip. And I remember that I would open the phone and check the news, and I saw so much hate against Israel, especially during wartime. I saw that they were protesting against Israel. I saw that they were saying bad things about Israel. And it was not true, because I was there inside the Gaza Strip as an Israeli soldier. And as an Israeli soldier, actually, you are taught to not hate, to not shoot people. You are taught to defend your country, just like Italians want to have a safe, secure country. So I saw that. I saw the lies and the deception, and I told myself, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to do something about it. I will start making videos. I will start learn English and deliver a message that will be simple for people to understand. And that's how I began. And yeah, I just recording myself, made a video explaining who I am, what's happening in Israel. And today I have approximately 2 million followers on social media, where I make videos about Israel. And it's really an important mission to do. That's how I started, basically, to just explain to people who Israel is.
As I told you before, I like going to the roots of names, and seeing your name and family name to me is like Hananya, grace of God, God's grace, and Naftali, struggling, wrestling. I like to call you like the one who is wrestling with God's grace. So can you tell us, how can you struggle? How can you fight against all this hate against Israel? Come ho già detto, a me piace andare alla radice delle parole, e Hananya Naftali, il tuo nome, il tuo cognome significano la grazia di Dio, e Naftali significa combattere, lottare. Quindi a me piace definirti come colui che combatte e lotta con la grazia di Dio. Puoi dirci come si riesce a rispondere a così tanto odio che c'è nei social media?
I think that first of all, it's to me it's not about fighting. We are called as even Christians. You need to take a stand. Uh, you like to say this actually. It's not just okay to be anti-Semitism, anti-hate. You need to be pro something. You need to take action, and the world is changing, and we need to change together with it. And today, social media is this square where everybody is coming and sharing lies or truth, and we need to take action. So this is what I've decided to do, to just tell the truth about Israel, because truth is such a rare ingredient nowadays. And you also see nowadays I get to travel the world and to meet a lot of Christian people around the world, and they all tell me one thing. They tell me that they feel like they are being silenced. They feel like they cannot be who they are freely. And I think that you really need to take action, take a stand, and to not be indifferent, because the fight of Israel is the fight of Italy also. But it's not really a fight, because as a believer in Jesus myself, I believe in love. I don't believe in hate. And we are called to love. It is our greatest weapon. It brings more peace. Hate brings more hate. And we want to eliminate hate with love.
How is important for you your faith, as you said now? Quanto è importante per te la tua fede, come hai appena detto?
It's a secret. I'm kidding, no. I always say this. Faith is a guide. Faith is your compass. It shows you the right way, even when you are not sure what is the right way, because many times in life you find yourself in a crossroad that you have a decision to make. In life, you have to make many decisions, and sometimes you don't know which way to take. But with the faith, you have guidance. And even if you don't see the end of the tunnel, you know that you're in the right path, because you have the Bible as guide, and faith, it's like my compass, my moral compass, to know that what I do serves God. Because I'm sure that our listeners, as much as ourselves, we don't want to live empty lives, meaningless lives. You don't want to, because imagine this. Let's say, not on us, of course. Let's say one of our people that listen, they know that they're in hospital. They lay on a bed. They know that tomorrow it's the last day in your life. And you look back at everything that you did. Are you going to be proud of what you did? Or are you going to say, I wish I did something better? I always keep this thought in my mind, because I'm alive and I want to do something tomorrow that when this day will come, I will be, you know what? I did everything I can. I used every minute to do something good. And the faith is part of it, because I know that God is our guide, our Lord.
Do you have any Bible verses that is more important for your heart, for your job, or something that really make your heart beating faster? C'è qualche versetto biblico, qualche passaggio che è qualcosa di importante per te, che ti fa battere il cuore?
I think that obviously, we have to be politically correct, and I'm kidding, but it's not just one verse, but if I think of one, it's that God says, take heart, I'm with you. Because in many times in life, you may feel like you have no back, because you don't see God. It's not like a person that you see, but you feel the power. And it's a good reminder that even if we go through something hard, or, even if you go in the right path, it's not easy. It doesn't say in the Bible that it's going to be easy to stand for truth, to stand for God. And that's why it says in end times, more and more people will lose faith. And so it really encourages me, because God says, relax, I'm with you. You got this because I got this. I got your back. Keep doing what you do. And so it really encourages me, because as I've said, for Christians, it's not popular to be Christian, real Christian. And it's not popular to stand for Israel. And when you're Christian, and if you love God, you need to also have love for Israel. And it's not popular. But again, take heart, because God is with you. You know, we're not called to do popular things. We're called to serve God.
You are serving God as a young Israeli influencer working with the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. E tu stai effettivamente lavorando con Dio come un giovane influencer israeliano, lavorando fianco a fianco col primo ministro Benjamin Netanyahu. Can you tell us how you started working with him? Puoi dirci come hai iniziato a lavorare con lui?
I was 22, and you know, it's a young age to start work for the prime minister, and it started with social media. I made videos about Israel, and you know, it became popular. I gained several hundreds of thousands of followers, and I wanted to do a video with the prime minister, asking him how to defend Israel, how to stand for the truth. And it's funny because he said his team, I messaged his team on Facebook, and I got a response after a few hours. They said, actually, it's funny that you messaged us because we wanted to collaborate with you. So come, let's do it. And of course, Israel time, like Italy time, you say, come, let's do it. It's it's not now. So months later, we did it. And I interviewed him. I asked him a question. They said, you have 2 minutes with him. I said, okay. So no time to be excited. Time to be focused on the mission. I filmed the video with him. I posted this. And then a month later, I get a call from the same advisor, and he calls me. He makes a really good impersonation of the prime minister. So he calls me. He's like, Hananya, you want to get this? This is the prime minister speaking. You want a job? And I was confused. I thought, it's the prime minister talking? It was the colleague. And he offered me the job to work for the prime minister. And this is how I started to work for him. Till this day, I work for the prime minister. And I think that it's a privilege and perhaps an example that it doesn't matter what is your age, you can do something. Even the sky is not the limit. Actually, the limit is us. We are our own limit if we think that we cannot do something. So this is something that I've learned, that it doesn't matter if you're shy, if you think that you have lack of confidence, if you think that you're not enough. Read the Bible. It says that you are enough and you are called to do great things. It says in the New Testament, in my name, you will do amazing things. Are we ready to do amazing things?
Wow. I know that your family come from former Soviet Union countries. There was a lot of persecution there. But nowadays, we are facing other kind of persecution. So maybe we could think that anti-Semitic hate will stop after the end of Second World War, and nowadays we are facing other form of persecution against Israel and against the Jewish people. How do you feel in this situation? How you think a Christian should be part of a new history between Christian and Jewish people? Io so che tu vieni la tua famiglia viene dai paesi dell'ex Unione Sovietica, e lì c'è stata tanta persecuzione, e noi pensavamo che dopo la caduta di Hitler, alla fine della Seconda Guerra Mondiale, non avremmo mai più visto una persecuzione del genere, e oggi giorno stiamo vedendo altre forme di persecuzione contro Israele, contro gli ebrei, contro lo Stato ebraico. Com'è vedere di nuovo questa persecuzione, e come pensi che i cristiani possano essere attivamente coinvolti contro questo?
I think, first of all, anti-Semitism is a big word, but what it really means is blind hate against Jews. And those that hate Jews are also capable of hating Italians, hating Christians, hating everything that is not like them. And I think that in this world where blind hate is becoming so trendy and so viral, I think that we need to take this stand for the truth. But also, anti-Semitism today comes in the new shape of anti-Zionism, anti-Israel. They say, we don't hate the Jews, we only hate Israel. And you hear this as a Christian, and some Christians may think, what do I have to do with Israel? You know, I'm here in Italy, I'm here in Europe. It's their problem, in a way. But then when you open the Bible, you see the word Israel so many times, more than 2,000 times in the Hebrew Old Testament. So it means that Israel is important to God, and it means that God wants Christians to take stand for Israel, because God does not change, and we also should not change God's path, because God cares for Israel. Every Christian should care for Israel. And I noticed that when you love God, you naturally have love for Israel. And you yourself told me before we started recording that it's unexplainable love. And the more you grow with God, you learn to really understand why you love Israel. And as to how to counter hate, what can a Christian do? I think that, first of all, prayer is a powerful tool. A lot of Christians may pray without seeing the results. Let me tell you something. We see the results in Israel. We feel the power of your prayers. Please never stop praying. But also, I think that we live in times that call for proactive action, to not just pray, but to do something else. You know, if you look at the enemy, if you look at those that want to silence Christians, they do amazing work. They take proactive action. How about we take action? How about we stop being silenced? Because they're trying to silence us. Take action. Come to Israel. See the truth for yourself. Make videos about Israel. Do something that you love. Write books, write articles, paint, sing. You know, every human being was born with a purpose. And I think that you just need to find what you are good at naturally. And usually it's some, you know, what you are good at naturally comes with love for Israel and God. God gives you talent, and we should use it for Israel and for the Lord.
How is your first impression of Italy? Is your first time here? And how are you? What are you experiencing these days? Com'è la tua impressione dell'Italia? La tua prima volta qui in Italia, e che cosa stai sperimentando?
Well, one thing that we Israelis and Italians have in common is traffic. And we sometimes get mad when there is traffic. And my first impression is that, first of all, Italy, it feels like so tropical country, although it's, you know, in Europe. But food is amazing. You know, my first impression as an Israeli is that there is a religion for food. It's like you eat food, it has to be perfect. Food has to be good. And I tried Napoli pizza, and it was amazing. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I sat next to a friend from Napoli last night, and I was joking with him. I said, "Oh, you know what? I prefer Domino's pizza," and he almost killed me. So I'm alive today to tell the story that I survived. But it's just funny how you know, Italians are very warm people. They immediately treat you as, you know, you're part of the family. And we Israelis are also very much like that. If we love you, you will know this. If we don't like you, you will also feel this. We have passion, and also Italians have passion. So this is something that I've learned. And I'm sure that Italians that come to Israel will also feel kind of at home.
In the north of Italy, with this speaking tour, what I think is important, as you mentioned before, this is not the time just to not to be anti-Semitic, but it's a time to be active, to really stand for Israel. And is it impossible to me? I think you can agree that we love Jesus and we don't love the Jewish people, that we love the Bible and we don't love Israel. In questi giorni stiamo facendo un tour dove tu stai parlando in diverse città, e penso che tu concordi con me nel dire che non è soltanto il tempo di non essere antisemiti, ma è il tempo di prendere azione, di essere attivi, di stare dalla parte di Israele. Perché è impossibile dire di amare Gesù e non amare il popolo ebraico, ed è impossibile dire di amare la Bibbia e non amare Israele. Puoi commentare qualcosa, puoi dire la tua impressione, la tua idea. Can you say something about that? Can you say your feelings, your thoughts about that?
So, first of all, we must not forget that Jesus was Jewish. He was born in Israel. He was born in Bethlehem and was raised in Nazareth. And it's just amazing that you know, some people can forget that Jesus was a Jew. Okay, so you cannot hate the Jewish people if you love Jesus. It's just fake, you know. And every Christian that opens the Bible, you see the word Israel so many times. It means that Israel is important to God. And also on top of that, it's not just about standing for Israel. It's standing also for Christian values, because Israel may be a different country, but it really stands for God, for Jesus, for these values. And when you come to Israel, you know, we all read the Bible and you read stories. You read, okay, Jesus turned water to wine, and this is cool. But in Israel, you can see where it happened. You can see where Jesus preached in the synagogue. You can see where he walked on water. And it's just amazing how in Israel the Bible comes to life, and it can transform your Christian life really, and get your relationship with God to another new level. And I think that I can speak maybe on your behalf that every Christian that had gone to Israel never came back the same. And it changes your life. So don't go to Israel if you want to stay the same.
Okay. About Israel, we hear many lies, many lies. One of these is that Israelis are against Palestinian people. Can you say something about that? Di Israele sentiamo molte bugie, e una di queste è che Israele odia I palestinesi. Puoi dire qualcosa in questo senso?
So there's this rumor, you know, on the news that Israel is fighting Palestinians, that Palestinians suffer because of Israelis. That triggers hate against Jews and against Israel. And Israel is not perfect. No country is perfect. There are problems, but the fact that Israel is being treated like it's the world's biggest problem, that is, for itself, is a problem. And as an Israeli, I was never taught to hate. They never taught me in school, okay, those Palestinians, those Arabs, they're bad people. No, never. They actually, I have love for Arabs. I have love for Palestinians, because I think that at the end of the day, Israelis and Palestinians have one common enemy, and it's radicalism. Palestinians suffer under radical Islam, and Israelis also suffer terror attacks in the name of radicalism. So we have to stand united together, because peace is the root of peace is coming from whole in the Hebrew language. Shalom, Shalem, Yerushalayim, Jerusalem is also coming from the root word peace and whole. So it's really a cool fact, and I think that it really teaches you and us that we have to be in unity, Christians, Jews, hopefully Palestinians also, and in unity there is love, you know, no hate. So this is what I'm trying to promote here, not hate, the truth. I'm not asking people to love Israel. I'm asking people to have all the facts and then decide for themselves what they want to do, because this is the best way. If you know something yourself, it's the strongest thing when you learn it and realize it.
As Christians for Israel, as the name says, is a ministry that works to equip Christians to take action pro-Israel. Can you say something to wake up Christians to take action for Israel? Come Cristiani per Israele, come dice la parola, è un ministero che cerca di equipaggiare I credenti, I cristiani, a prendere azione, ad attivarsi per Israele. Puoi dare una parola, puoi dare un incoraggiamento per svegliare I cristiani in questo senso?
I think that it's the understanding that, you know, we need to understand that, first of all, Israel is not for old people. Israel is for cool people, for people that understand the Bible. But even more than that, it's to understand that if we don't take action, no one will take action. If you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you will not do it tomorrow also. You need to do it today. And I'm really thankful so much for this ministry, because you wake people up. You make people realize that standing for Israel is standing for God, is standing for your faith. And I want to encourage people to you know, you don't want to be crazy about Israel? Don't. Just try. Just try and pray for love. And you will see that it will transform you. So I think that the important thing is to realize that you stand for Israel, you stand for your faith in God, and it makes you complete. So if you feel like there's something wrong, maybe with your faith, maybe with your relationship with God, maybe it's missing this ingredient called Israel. So take action, don't be silent.
Can you say a greeting in Hebrew and English and Hebrew for our viewers?
Yes. It's it's not Shabbat, but we like to say Shabbat Shalom and Toda Rabba ala Eruach. Thank you for hosting me here. And we love to say Shalom to one another. Greet each other in peace.
Thank you. Toda Rabba.
Thank you.
Leitraot.
Leitraot.
Ciao a tutti, vi ringraziamo per essere stati con noi. Ci vediamo alla prossima puntata di Mettici la faccia.
Arrivederci.